I made this mistake for my first 3 properties. You would know if you've been watching this channel for a while that I purchased my first 2 properties, both in the same apartment complex. They were around the corner from where I lived, almost in the heart of the city, 7 kilometres from Melbourne CBD. Both of those assets I sold, one for $20,000 more than what I purchased it for 8 years later, and another one I sold for $20,000 less 6 years later. So both those assets essentially had zero capital growth over that period. Now, it had nothing to do with it being close to a city. It had nothing to do with it being close to a regional town. It had to do with the fundamentals were all f***ed up. And it's the exact same thing. If I purchased a house with all the great fundamentals on a good street in Melbourne in 2018 or 2019 when it was at the peak of the market, by 2024, 2025, the asset would actually be worth essentially the same. Now, obviously, that's a very big statement, and there's some cities or some regions that have performed well over that 5 to 6 year period. But ultimately, Melbourne has been the worst performing city over the last 5-6 years. It's the same of Queensland and Brisbane of 2012 to 2019, right? Essentially did nothing. So you need to get the fundamentals right. Don't worry about if it's in a capital city or if the asset's in a regional town. Are the fundamentals, what's driving that particular economy? Is it at the right time to be buying in that particular region? Those are the things that are going to determine whether or not your market or your property is going to actually perform, not if it's in a city that is regional versus whether it's in a capital city.